First, we have some business to take care of. Namely, we have your business to take care of. And help take care of your tech business. I'm bringing up my friends from 2bridges, Chris Anderson and Ken Lombardi. So, Chris and Ken, what's 2bridges all about?
2bridges is about bringing business solutions to customers. The problem with IT services in the past is that it's all about getting you a technical solution to problems you never even asked. And we get a lot of questions all the time about, well, why doesn't this work? Or how does this not work with my business? Or why did I spend all this money? And we don't answer that with a fully thought out business solution. We're here to partner with Tacoma to kind of come to a revolution where businesses' questions turn into solutions that actually solve your problems, not give you a bunch of equipment that makes your life miserable. So, yeah, that's how we got the idea.
Great. Could you tell us a little bit? You told me some great stories the other day about your family in Tacoma and your business history. Talk to us about that a little bit, please.
Both Ken and I have been working in the business here, and my family's been around. My grandfather started Concrete Tech. We've done a lot of engineering, a lot of construction, and I'm kind of a black sheep technologist, like yourself, Bob, that kind of took on the new age. And Ken here has been providing services in the area, and I'll let him kind of expound on that a little bit.
This is dangerous, giving me a microphone. If I talk too long, just throw things at me. But my family and I came here probably about 25 or 30 years ago and started a little store in Tacoma called PC Computer on Market Street near 9th. And a couple years later, we found it more convenient to move over to the Gig Harbor area. And oddly, we discovered this thing called the internet, and a lot of people wanted to get on the internet, so we figured out how to get people on the internet. We started HarborNet in the early 90s. I no longer am involved with HarborNet, but it was a fun 15 years learning everything I could about the internet and technological solutions revolving around that kind of telecommunications, and this is a continuation of that, which excites the heck out of me because we do a lot of work with customers that are trying to get their businesses on the internet or stay connected with their businesses. Be quiet.
We want you to speak out here, but let's bring your customers into the picture. Could you give us an example when a customer contacts you? What kind of problems are they trying to have solved?
Well, once the screaming ends and the fire and smoke have settled, I mean, everybody's been there. You know, you got dinner plans, or you know, the 6-week vacation that you've been planning for 4 years, and the computers conspire to end all things. Your phone breaks, your servers go down, you lose the plane tickets. Any of those things all happen. We get those calls, and we get real issues, and usually. What happens right away is the buck gets passed. Well, it's this provider or it's that issue. And our goal is to kind of connect those different providers together and kind of act as an advocate. You know, for example, we get a lot of situations where people you go in, they got racks of equipment, and they got pieces unplugged, and very expensive pieces of equipment. And we're like, well, what's the story on this? And they're saying, well, some guy sold this to me for $15,000, $20,000, and it never worked right. So we used it for 6 months. It broke everything, and then the guy's not returning our phone calls. So that's a real problem with me. I don't know about the rest of you guys. So we get a lot of example situations. The questions our customers deliver to us are the means of our business. We create solutions out of your questions. That's where the real value is. The question you have, I want to hear a question from everybody in this audience. Because ultimately, that's our business. Our business is to understand your problems so we can build the thing that supports you.
Just sort of segue into that item about questions is I find that even though they're stressful, solving problems is the thing that a lot of people in this particular community like to do. So I find every question that a customer has, no matter how small or large, is the opportunity not only to learn how to solve that problem. Maybe someday it'll help you again, probably not, but it helps you learn about that customer's needs and how to help them achieve those needs in the best possible way. So it's really all sort of a cycle of customer asks questions, we try and solve those questions, customer's happy, and life gets better for all of us.
Okay, great. Speaking of customer questions, we have a walking mic down there. If any customer or potential customer would like to pose a question for Chris and Ken, just grab the mic and we'll work that in. Yeah.
Okay, so who is your ideal client? Who is your client?
Wow. Ideal client is somebody that can give us an interesting problem and allow us to help them not only understand their problem in the whole structure of their business, but allow us to come up with a solution that works for them well.
What we sell is problem solving. We can build anything IT related, whether it be a Microsoft solution. Okay, yeah. We sell computer services ultimately, but we don't just sell that as a service. We look at, okay, what are we spending with Comcast? What are we spending with CenturyLink? How do we connect these services you've got? Educate the customer. So to say we just fix computers kind of limits where we're at. We do actual training. We're an involved party. The term concierge IT kind of comes to mind. So it's a little bit more comprehensive.
Hi. So I have a marketing firm and I'm looking to transition my reps and project management into iPhones, all of them using iPhones rather than traditional handheld devices. So is there a way to put your office phone system on an iPhone platform where you can transfer back and forth through iPhones and whatnot?
Yes, actually we have a product specifically for that. It's our PBX system. It allows us to integrate multiple mobile platforms, iPhone, Android, BlackBerry, into one platform where you can receive calls as an extension of your phone system and so on and so forth. We'd be happy to talk to you and go through all the features or how you want to transition that. It varies on what your needs are, so we'd have to look at what you are spending currently with your service and see how we can make it work.
Stop by my booth, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, great. Well, Chris and Ken and the rest of the 2bridges team, they're going to be over there at table number 10, I believe, and they'll be here during the B2B after our session. They've got their contact info up on the screen, so you can feel free to follow up with them on your business needs. Guys, I just have one more question for you to get us on to our next segment. We've heard a lot about the IT skills gap. How are you thinking about the amount of skilled technicians graduating out of our schools? Is it taking care of the marketplace, or what are you thinking?
Absolutely not. We need a lot more training for our young people. The base competency of people in our region. We're looking for more and more recruits and interns every day, and it's difficult to find that in the current landscape of IT training. And we're talking to all the schools, including DeVry and some of the other things, to try to get that.
Yeah, actually, we're hoping to make some good connections with Ted G. We were very excited to meet them the other day, and I think, not to make it too obvious, but we have some interns of our own, but we found the level of competency and interest at that location to be exceptional, and we're hoping to make a good connection there.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys. This time I'd like to quickly bring up Brent Royton from the Technology, Entrepreneurship, and Development Group, also known as TEDG. Let me just kick it to Chris and Ken here. Could you give us an example of how maybe one of your business clients might use a virtual private network or a VPN?
Generally, you have two locations and you want to have a secure connection between two places. So you want to build a tunnel that goes between the two. You set up a device on either end, connect them together with the help of a gentleman like this, and they're able to connect the offices as if they're in the same place.
Securely, yeah, absolutely.